Hey guys, the Simple Student here, and welcome to episode 14 of Java Programming for Beginners. Today we're going to look at constructors, and this is quite similar to what we did yesterday, except it's going to make things a bit easier and you should be able to understand it better. So we're going to go right on ahead. Same as yesterday, we have our car class and our bus class, okay? Two classes, and they're both empty at the minute. In our bus class, this is the one without the main method, we're going to make our instance variable, and it's going to be private string pet name again, okay? And now we're going to make our thing called constructor method, and we'll see what this is in a few minutes. So now we're going to make our constructor method. The constructor method has to have the same name as the class, so we're going to say public bus, and we're going to pass a string as an argument, and we're just going to say name. Okay, and inside this then we're going to make our instance variable equal to name. Okay, so that's all we really need to do there. Now again, we're going to have to make two more methods just to be able to access this variable pet name. They're going to be quite similar to last time. There's going to be a getName method and a message method. We don't need the setName method this time because we're going to set her name right from the start. So now our getName method is just going to return the pet name. So we're just going to say public string get name, and there's nothing as an argument, so we can leave them empty and just say return pet name. Okay. Now we need to make our message method. So again, we're just going to say public. We're not going to return anything this time, so we're just going to say void message, and we can leave that empty again. And inside this, we're just going to have our printf statement. We can say system.out.printf, and inside this, we're just going to say your first pet was called %s. Okay, so we're using this printf statement again that we used the last time. We have our three methods finished. That's all we need. I'm just going to tidy it up now, just so we can see everything. I have a habit of leaving too many spaces. Okay, so now we have our public class bus, and it has an instance variable pet name. This is our constructor method. We're going to use this in a minute, and we have our getName method and our message method. Now we're going to go back to the car class, and in here we don't really have to do a lot. We just have to make an object of the bus class. So we're just going to say bus object equals new bus. Now this time, in these brackets, we're going to pass our argument into the method, the constructor method. So we're just going to say Scooby semicolon. Okay, so that's that. So now this is going to be accessed straight away, and pet name is going to be set from the onset. And then we're going to use our message method. So to do that again, the same as the last time, we're going to use our object we created. We're going to say bus object dot message, and don't need to pass anything into it. It should always the pet name variable should already have the value Scooby. So we're just going to run this now and see. The first pet was called, what's this? Oh, I know what's wrong. Okay, so in here at my printf statement, I forgot to say what %s is, so we should be saying get name. Okay, so now if we run this again, yeah, your first pet was called Scooby. Okay, so all that was quite confusing. I'm just going to run through it once more. So in our bus class, we have our instance variable pet name. It's private. Remember, this means that only methods inside this class can access it or change it. Then we have a method called bus, and this is our constructor method. It has to have the same name as the class. And this method basically sets pet name straight away while we're constructing the object, like that, okay? And then we have get name, and this is just used inside our message method, get name here. And don't do like me, you have to remember to set what %s is, so it's get name. Now inside our main method, we're making a new object, and we're then using the method message from bus object. Again, this is quite confusing, but you'll get the hang of it after doing it a few times. You might wonder why we need to do this, and I'll try to explain now. So every time we make a new object of the bus class, a whole new set of variables is made. So if we were to make another object, if we were to say bus object B equals new bus, we were to put something else here and say Dan, then this bus object B has got all these methods in it again, and it's got its own instance variable. So then if we were to say bus object B dot message and do the same thing again and run this, your first pet was called Scooby, your first pet was called Dan. So every object we make of a class is going to have its own set of variables and its own set of methods. It's going to create them every time. Next time we're going to take a step back and we're going to look at more things we can do with if statements. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.